Wow, Holden had a really loud
Too
one. It
loud.
was so loud, it just completely blurred out. Sup, fellas? Welcome to
What's
Partially
going
Biased,
on?
the show with biased takes from biased fans. Partially.
Partially.
Holden, it's good to see you back on the pod. We missed you, bud. Hope the off
Yes.
season has been treating you
Woo!
well.
It's been a great off season so far, boys. It's been great to be back, baby. Let's do
Yes,
this.
sir. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, man, dude, Holden, let's get right into it. Really wanted to pick your brain last week, so I'm so glad you're here so we can get your expert analysis today. Tell me what's been going on with Washington's offseason. What were some big moves they've been making? Stuff you like, stuff you don't?
All right, well, ever since Ron came over here, Ron's not a super big flashy free agent guy, right? We're not going to go out. We're not going to go out and get the big names that are out there. We used to back in the Schneider era, but not anymore, dude.
Way back when.
Not anymore. Way back when, phasing out, got ownership meetings in a couple of weeks. Hopefully they just kind of vote this man out. We need 24 out of 32. Going on a side tangent here. But, if that all happens, this team is really going to have a complete flip, a new chapter, a fresh start, if you will. But ever since Ron got here a couple of years ago, man, we don't do the big moves. So we've just signed a couple of guys. We signed offensive tackle Andrew Wiley from the Chiefs.
That's
offensive
good.
tackle, signed a center guard from the Giants, Nick Gates.
Okay.
Filled a couple line holes, and then just a couple other little like minor studs. We got this one dude, Cody Barton from the Seattle, 26-year-old kid who started like every game for Seattle last year at linebacker. So just another linebacker to pair with the loss of Cole Holcomb, because that kind of hurt me a little bit. But other than that,
got a decent middle linebacker.
Filled in some holes, man. So I mean, it's depth. I like to think that we've hit on some free agents and some draft picks since Ron has gotten here. So I mean, I'm hyped so far with everything. We haven't done anything I think that's like stupid. So
that's always a plus. That's always a plus when your team doesn't do something stupid. That's how I feel about the Bills like a couple years ago. Like when McDermott took over, I was like, oh wow, we haven't done anything dumb. This is nice.
Yeah. Just like, and
peaceful.
Obviously Eric Bieniemy was probably the biggest offseason signing that we have. So I mean, that's going to be it's kind of a Ron and Eric are kind of betting on each other to have a successful year, because it's like, well, Ron's kind of at that like middle pack at the head coach. Bieniemy's like, obviously he's got so much talent that's surrounding him. Can he be a good offensive coordinator without that much talent? I mean, I still think Washington has talented receivers and some core pieces, but can he get the most out of Sam Howell? Are they going to truly just trust everything, keys in the hand, take the keys and then see what happens? Also, Jacoby Brissett as a backup mentor.
He's a decent pickup.
He'll probably end up getting some playing time at some point. We'll see. I mean, I like to think no. I think that Sam Howell is going to win us the Super Bowl, but,
So shifty.
It's because he's so damn
He's so shifty, dude. I mean, freaking rushing touchdown in his first NFL game, dude.
Shiftiest white boy I've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
That was plus 750, by the way, for Sam Howell to score a rushing touchdown that game.
There you go. I will say it must be refreshing for Ron Rivera to just focus on what he's good at with like decent defense, and Eric Bieniemy can just handle the entire offense. I feel like 100%. That's how that's going to go.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Sam Howell can open up.
Is defense, right? Like, so
yeah, he's a defensive guy for sure.
Yeah. So
absolutely,
I think that'll be great for the Commanders. And honestly, new ownership, any ownership is better than Dan Snyder. So
that would be huge. Yeah, if that all happens, if that officially goes through by week 1, I guarantee you the stadium will be packed. I mean, Jason Wright, team president's already said how they've like sold so many more suites, tickets. I mean, they've sold so much more ever since Dan Snyder announced he was going to sell.
In spite of him,
people are ready to go. People are ready to go.
I mean, aren't you ready? Like you've been. I feel like you've been the biggest perpetrator of someone who's just like, dude, can we please get rid of Dan Snyder? Like, this has to feel amazing for you, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I'm freaking pumped. I can't wait. I mean, it's like, what did he buy the team in?
99?
I want to say 99. So I mean, for my whole life, I've been under this cloud, and I always thought I was going to have to outlive this guy. So I thought I'd be like, 60 years old or something, just being like, can't even like do what I want to do when I when we win a Super Bowl. I want to win a Super Bowl within like the next 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. No, next 10 years.
Anything's possible, dude. It could happen next year. Who knows?
That's what I was talking about. Every year. That's the beauty of the NFL.
It is. Any given Sunday.
Just the NFL. No other league. No other league does a team have a chance.
No other sport is competitive at all.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that.
I'm messing with you.
I think there's a lot more narrative.
I believe any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, I just think like you could go from a 2-win team to a 10-win team in a snap, and like typically like it's hard for like an NBA team or like some of these other teams to like. Typically, if they're good, they're consistently pretty good, and then they kind of slowly fade off. But like you get a crappy team, and then the next year they're like, "What happened?" It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, everything can turn around in an instant. So you just got to keep the faith, dude. And that's what's great about being a football fan is like every single year, unless you're like the Browns, you can at least hope that something will get better. So, but
that's a tough one.
Let's get into draft picks, Holden, because I definitely want to know what you think of this new guy that you got in the first round.
Dude, Emmanuel Forbes is a ball hawk, dude. He's gonna lock down one side of the field, plays good in zone, plays good man. Kind of long.
Lanky,
people say he's undersized.
160.
Well, so they already have him listed at 180. I mean, so I don't know if he's beefed up since the draft. I think the 166 was his combine weight in March.
Oh,
they
true.
say he's put on 20 pounds since then. So I don't know. I mean, once we start with mini camps, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'd work that hard.
Once we start in mini camps. I think he'll put in even more weight
for the draft. Like these guys they know this is their time to shine, and like there's a huge difference between top 10 and then the first round, just in terms of compensation, or even just being a day 1 guy versus like a day 3 guy. And just like if you're losing that weight, just in like a cornerback, what are you going to look at? Probably your 40 and your 3-cone time. It's like no one really wants to see a cornerback's like bench press and like, hey, light is might. You know,
so true.
There's playing weight and there's off-season weight. So, like, I mean, obviously playing weight is going to put it on so he can take a bigger beating. Like, so, I believe it. 20 pounds, sure. Like, dietitians,
Well, I like him a lot. You know, there was part of me during the draft that I wanted that Christian Gonzalez kid because he fell.
Overrated.
But, I mean, I don't know. I truly think that SEC football is competitive football, and he holds the NCAA record for most pick sixes returned for touchdowns, which I think is pretty cool. So he's obviously got a nose for the end zone. Got a nose for just catching the ball, and I think he's ready to work. And I'm just freaking pumped. And
going to pair well with that front seven, I tell you what.
If that front seven can stay healthy, I take you up, boy.
Chase Young for a full season, dude, is definitely going to help that defensive line for sure. Because like we have yet to see like a full freaking season, man.
Oh no, dude, we saw it his rookie season. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Right. He didn't miss a game.
He was. Dang. He was impactful his rookie year, like extremely impactful. And we were like, here we go, and then gets injured midseason, whatever. In the past.
I've kind of blacked out that season.
I'm looking forward to this upcoming season with hopefully a fully healthy, and I think this new addition cornerback. And then they went back-to-back cornerback. They went a first round and second round. So got a nickel that we could plug in there that I also like. And then you go round 3 and round 4. Super underrated.
Definitely is.
Round 3 and round 4, grab a couple of utility line players and just keep building the line, because that's in the trenches. That's where you lose a lot of guys throughout the season. So that too. And you just need depth there. So we got a lot of depth players.
Yeah. Damn. No, a little tidbit on Gonzalez is apparently Mike Tomlin asked him why he transferred from his previous school to Oregon. And he was like, I just wanted a better chance at a championship. And he was like, oh, so you're not really a team guy, are you? And he kind of swayed away from the question. It's like, damn. So that's why
I saw you.
Sucks. Though.
Yeah.
That's where he started. That is garbage.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, they were hot
I had the same thought.
I feel like I saw something, and I don't know if you liked it, and I saw it on the Twitter, but Tomlin said something also, another quote, like how he just didn't like Gonzalez something. Like there was something that he didn't like about him, just whether it was his personality or and it's just like that scared me too. And I mean, again, like this Emmanuel kid, when you hear him talk, he's a humble kid, but when you're inside the lines, he's just like, I'm a different player. And it's he's just this boy from Mississippi. You know,
yeah, he's got a thick country accent, dude.
He really
thick
does.
country accent.
He does for sure.
Yee.
And we have had success with Mississippi State defensive players since we drafted them so far.
So far.
Nice.
So far.
We'll see. I don't know. I really like that kid that y'all got in the 5th, KJ Henry. I mean, I was really big on Clemson and Clemson's defense. I know they didn't have quite a great season, but I think a lot of that was because of quarterback play from Ukulele. So I don't know.
Yep.
I like that. I like all of Clemson's defensive line. So I think that's a nice pick.
Agreed.
You're talking about that rotation too on the offensive line. You want that on the defensive line as well. So
Hundo.
But I told y'all secondary. I was like, Washington needs some secondary. I said that all last year, and y'all got some secondary.
They did it. They did for sure. 100%. I kind of wanted that dude Brian Branch that the Lions ended up getting that safety from Bama just because I love grabbing Bama boys, but you know,
works out so well. It always works out well. Holden, Aaron, do you want to talk about the Steelers?
Oh my gosh, dude, the Eagles draft. Just so we're clear, like, if all of these guys don't pan out for whatever reason, this draft is going to look like a total bust for the Eagles. Because they drafted all guys from, a championship team, and obviously that does translate usually to the NFL.
I mean, back to back.
Right. So, like, I don't know. But if they flop,
I think it's just different, though, because, like, there's non-skill position players. You're not talking quarterback. You're not talking wide receiver, running back. Like, it's like, okay, we already were a really good team last year. It's like we're literally just filling holes. And, like, it seemed like the draft did really, fall to them. But
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we said it last episode, and we can get into it more when we go through like other teams, like what stuck out to us. But it's just like, I mean, obviously, I think they won the draft. I think they had a phenomenal draft. I'll be really interested to see what they do this season. If you have to be in their division, that sucks. But hey, they beat them before in Philly, so
that's true.
I don't know.
Monday Night Football.
They're undefeated.
That's right.
Monday Night Football under the lights. Come on, baby.
Go.
I ain't scared.
Yeah. All right, Sean, tell me more about the Bills draft picks.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you. Kind of teased it a little bit last week, but crushed the first round. I'm really buying into the hype of Dalton Kincaid. A lot of people said that he was everyone's number one pass catcher, like more than wide receivers. I mean, deep tight end draft. I really got a stud amongst studs. I love the idea of pulling the trigger because like it seemed like everyone knew that Dallas was tight end needy, wanted a tight end, and we scooped him up before they could get to him. We got right in front of him before they could draft him. I think he's going to be a beast. I mean, we're already a good team. I think our strategy going forward this year is almost going to be like Drew Brees, 09 Saints. We're just going to have a whole lot of offense. We're going to have a good pass rush, and hopefully that gets us some stops and we can just outscore our opponents. And this solves that. I think giving Josh another weapon was the right move. I love the idea of running 2 tight end sets because I think a lot of teams run that, whether it be the Chiefs, the Patriots back in the day. I mean, even bringing that down to Patriots South and Tampa, like 2 tight end sets are very good at creating mismatches amongst the defense, and Josh Allen will expose that. I also really loved our second round pick, Osiris Torrance out of Florida. I mean,
leave that O-line, baby.
Originally from La Tech, dude.
I liked him too a lot, actually. That was a great pick.
He didn't allow a sack his senior year, and I think he didn't allow a sack all 4 years he started or every game he started. So it's just like, I love that. I think guard play was by far our weakest part of an already pretty weak offensive line. So I'm really big on that. Hopefully that gives Josh more time to throw and opens up some more running lanes for Cook, which we're going to feature a lot of this year because obviously no more depth Singletary down in Houston on a small deal. But that's how it goes with running backs. And this kid, Doran Williams in the 3rd out of Tulane, all right, not the biggest, still pretty quick, just a tackling machine, knows the football. More of a weak side linebacker. I'm curious if we're going to start at middle, but I think this kid's going to pick up like a ton of tackles. I think he'll be a good fit. I think we're going light as might because sometimes almost Tremaine Edmonds was a little too big at times. And I think it kind of like, I won't say made him stick out, but it's like, I don't know. You could see where he was behind defensive linemen, and I don't think it's going to happen as much with this other kid. We picked up this other good guy, Justin Shorter, also out of Florida. Traded Washington for that pick. Whoa. Really good blocking wide receiver, which I like. Reminds me a lot of Gabe Davis. I think I saw some stat that he led the nation in receptions and one-on-one coverage. So I do like that. Obviously, going to be a little bit more of a project, but we just needed offensive receiver depth. So definitely going to earn a spot on special teams. But if you can block in the run game, I love that. Or just be a physical, big body receiver, real nice.
Be a dog.
Yeah, and then just last two guys, guard out of Mississippi and the quarterback out of Oregon State.
Y'all picked the quarterback up?
Sorry, cornerback, DB.
Oh,
DB.
corner. Okay.
Yeah, I should just say DB. That makes more sense. It's
easier.
Yeah, but I actually really like that DB that we picked up. He's actually kind of nice. Maybe fell a little, and we got lucky last year by getting this DB out of Villanova, who turned out really well in the later rounds.
Villanova,
so, right? Yeah, I was hyped. I know, right? But like this dude was a stud. May move him to safety, may keep him at corner, but I'm hyped. I'm hyped about that.
For sure.
Sounds like you had a good draft.
Yeah, I kind of like that you guys went like all the way like around the draft needs, because you guys basically picked almost every position, and like I think the two biggest needs you guys had was another corner that could like at least hold the line while Trey White was out for the time that he had.
Yeah,
and then O-line obviously was a huge need. So.
I mean, O-line's just such a weird one because it's like we have so much money committed to our left tackle, and our right tackle is still on a rookie deal, and like he has these flashes of he's really, really good, like when he's healthy, but then when he's not healthy, it's like, golly, he looks slow out there, and just so I don't know. I guess our coach really likes him, or our GM really likes him, that they're not going to invest in a right tackle right now. But dude, our guard play absolutely stunk. Those guys are 1-year rentals, and hopefully this just gets more consistency amongst the O-line, because I think that's something that like the Chiefs do really well, and even the Bengals did pretty well this past season, was just protect their passers.
Yeah. Well, also their passers like to run out of the pocket a little bit. They got some scrambling presence, and like they can make plays with those. And I mean, not saying that Josh doesn't have that ability, obviously, but like you know, just keeping your quarterback upright and not making him throw a million times for games. Like, you know, maybe you can keep the running backs lanes open, you know, like that'll be great for the extension of the offense.
No, for sure. I mean, I completely agree, and I think honestly, if Josh wasn't as athletic or shifty as he naturally
the
is,
shiftiest,
like
we're gonna have to have a bet on how many
rushing yards,
which quarterback, rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. We're gonna have to have a bet.
You know,
you're gonna lose that bet.
It's going to be Josh Allen. You just
Josh,
you really.
Bud, I have so much data
to
back
his
it up.
face, he's just like, why are you doing this?
Say this.
Whatever.
Dude, all right.
We'll
Sam Howell's junior year, he rushed for 800 yards and 9 touchdowns.
That was college in the ACC.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, his legs are a part of his game now. Like that his first game, he comes in.
The second coming
touchdown.
of Lamar Jackson, dude. Just why?
Dude, he's gonna use his legs a ton this year. He's going to.
Really? With all those wide receivers? He's gonna use his legs
gonna use both. Yeah,
I
he
mean,
is.
All right, we'll see. We'll see about that.
He'll be able to run the clock down when everybody's doing the booty quarterback sneak, like off the butt or whatever it is. The thing that the Eagles ran all Super Bowl or all season, really.
Oh yeah.
The tush punch or whatever. Anyways, I'll break down the Steelers draft picks now.
Dude.
So we briefly
took my
touched
tackle.
on this. Yeah, we took arguably maybe the second best tackle besides Paris Johnson in the draft. His name's Broderick Jones, offensive tackle from Georgia. It was the 14th overall pick. Originally, we had the 16th. We traded up with the New England Patriots for a 4th round pick next year. So, yeah, I really like the pick. We obviously needed O-line help, and what better than a guy that played the entire 2022 season without letting up a sack at his position. So that's an amazing pick. Just like for Omar Khan's, the new GM for the Steelers, his first official draft, that was an amazing pick to start on. And then going to the second day, first pick of the second day, we got Joey Porter Jr., which is almost like a fan service, but he's also a really good corner. Apparently, CJ Stroud from Ohio State was like, he's arguably the best corner I've ever played against because he didn't let up a single touchdown during the 2022 season. That's over 200 snaps. Like that's insane. Now, granted, he gives up a little bit of like chunk yards, so if he's gonna play zone, he really needs to tighten that up. But other than that, he's a long, lanky, and tall cornerback.
Need that.
DB, and we definitely needed that. Which kind of makes me question if Levi Wallace is still going to stay on the team. Sean, I know you have experience with him, but he was decent last season. He had a couple picks, and
Levi Wallace is pretty good. I mean, I think he's a low end starter.
I think he's quarterback or corner 3 easily. Like he's more of I think he might be a slot guy.
No, he's corner 2 at least. I don't know who y'all have. Yeah, I don't know who y'all have, but I don't think y'all really have stud corners.
Well, we got Patrick Peterson in the offseason free agency. He's coming on
old.
He had a 6-pick season last season, dude. He wasn't bad.
He's old.
He's old. He might be burnt toast.
He's a good vet signing.
Yes.
You almost want him to be one of those guys that like, oh, could you move the safety? Kind of like how
we might put him in slot actually, because like we just released Arthur Millette, who played like dog shit for 2 years, so he wasn't even worth the investment.
But those guys are also good to just have in your room, just as to juice up some of the young guys. Almost like you're like a assistant DB coach to some of these young guys, like on certain things. So
yeah, I mean, because Steelers for the first time in a while are kind of a younger team, and I don't know if that's just because I'm just focusing on like Kenny Pickett being like the face of the franchise, now. But I'm like, it's a younger team. Him, Naj, like it's a lot of new guys.
It's a very young team. Team.
I think the oldest player on the team right now is Hayward.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
He's kind of up there, but I mean. But no, I think overall on average is probably one of the younger teams in the league.
Yeah,
by far, wide receivers, all of it.
Yeah, and even with the free agent signing of Seumalu, he came from the Eagles. I think he was a right tackle for them or left tackle. I think that's a great signing too because he can help train the rookie, who the rookie is already really fucking good. So now we're starting to build the picket fence, and I will be toting that all season.
Print the merch.
Exactly. And then the 3rd round pick, or actually 49th, so I think he was another 2nd round pick.
Yeah, he was. He had 2 seconds.
Keanu Benton to fill out that defensive lineman depth. I mean, Hayward's getting up there, but he's still playing well, but we need a fresh pair of legs. Laudermilk's not cutting it. Isaiah Laudermilk, who we picked last season, he's just not playing well. So we're going to add some competition, get some depth there, and maybe find a stud in the rough because he's part of Wisconsin's team. Wisconsin had a great defense this season, albeit the Big Ten.
Yeah.
All defense anyways, so there's no real offensive test for them except for Ohio State and like Michigan and Penn State sometimes. So So I think that was a pretty good pick. That shores up our depth. He got McDonald's. I fucking love
it. It's
Dude,
noodles,
that's noodles
bro.
and company.
Noodles.
That's noodles and company.
Oh, I thought that was McDonald's for a second.
Noodles and co.
Dude,
ass.
If I ordered McDonald's, I'd have to have an intervention.
It's free chicken sandwich day.
It is
Dude,
free chicken sandwich.
Shout out to the plug Sean, who he's getting everybody on the McDonald's app.
Dude, sponsor McDonald's app.
No, that's a good sponsor. That's a good sponsor, dude.
Bro,
we have great sponsor.
Yeah, Red Bull. Gives you wins.
Red Bull gives you wins.
It does.
Gives you wins, bro.
So let me give you the 3rd round pick. Darnell Washington, tight end from Georgia.
Stud.
Just a mammoth of a man, dude. He's like 6'5", 270, dude. He is gonna bulldoze people.
Huh?
Hey, Freiermuth is going to be a all-time like red zone and like mid
like
zone
6'7". I've seen Darnell Washington hurdle someone in game. I don't know.
Yes, dude, he's an athlete, but apparently he's got knee problems, so we got to watch out for those.
Allegedly.
He's a big guy. He takes a bunch of beatings on the bottom,
I guess. I think it'll be nice.
Exactly. And that's what's really going to open up the run game for us is we're going to have a blocking tight end along with Gentry, who we just re-signed, and obviously Freiermuth. But for Freiermuth to be the more like Gronk or the Eagles tight end, what was his name?
Zach Ertz.
Goddard or Zach Ertz. I mean, just more of a pass-catching tight end. So he's going to make more plays in the air while Darnell can handle the run. So it's basically having a 6 lineman, which is amazing. And then to try to answer the question at middle linebacker, we got Nick Herbig, who is a brother to, I think his name is Nate Herbig, who's another offensive lineman we signed in the offseason in free agency. And this guy played on Wisconsin's defense, so he's got chemistry with some of the guys. And apparently he's got a nose for the football. He can tackle like nobody's business. Not great in coverage, but obviously we got a couple of other guys. We got Landon Roberts in the offseason, and Holcomb. What are you doing?
Dude, how'd your chicken get in the house, Holden? Yeah,
no, what did you do?
Because Hampton opened the door and let the chicken in the house, bro. He does that all the time. That's what I have to deal with.
He was like, yo, chicken's inside. He was like, my chicken friend's in here. Yeah, he's trying to save the chickens. He's like, Holden. No, he's like, Dad, I have a solution on how to save the chickens' lives.
Just bring them in the house.
Bring them inside. He's like, we're always safe here. The chickens will be safe here, dude. He's on his guard, dude. He's a smart dog.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry. That was a hit from left field. Sorry.
Yeah,
I just saw it. I wanted you guys to see it. I just wanted you guys to see it.
And then from Nate Herbig, which was in the 4th round, we didn't pick for like another 3 rounds. And in the 7th round, we picked what's his name? Corey Trice Jr. from Purdue.
Nobody cares about 7th rounders.
He led
Nobody cares about 7th rounders.
ACC in picks, so he's a ball hawk. Might put him in the slot, honestly. And let's see who else. I think you got like one more guy.
That 7th rounder won't even make your roster.
We'll see, dude. He's pretty athletic. And then we got Spencer Anderson from Maryland, just another guard, I think. Let's see. Offensive lineman. Doesn't even have a designation. He's probably going to be special teams. But yeah, so it's just adding more line depth. And honestly, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. And then we got a couple of free agent, what's it called? Undrafted free agents that are probably not worth naming. But yeah, dude. I mean, we'll see. Like, if you think a 7th rounder isn't going to make the team, then
you're right.
Undrafted free agent.
You're right. I shouldn't give him that because there is an undrafted guy that we did get from UCLA that, from a kick returner perspective, that I do think could actually make the roster and actually be pretty good. And we actually got the dude. I think his name's Minsley. I could be wrong, but he played opposite side of Jahan Dotson last year for Penn State. Yeah, for Penn State.
Minsley?
And Jahan's is that his name? I could be way off.
Let's check it out.
But we got an undrafted Penn State receiver. A lot of people are saying in Washington, this guy's going to compete and he's going to make the roster. And Jahan freaking loves him. And if Jahan loves him, I mean, Jahan speaks for himself. He's a first rounder stud rookie. What?
Parker Washington, Daniel George, Marcus Wilson, Cam Sullivan Brown, Malik Maiga, Winston Eubanks, Liam Clifford.
He wore number 5 at Penn State. Yeah.
Well, I think I saw it earlier.
But anyways, Jahan really loves him, and they're all saying that he's going to come in there, be like a nice slot guy because Curtis is on his last year. So, maybe get some playing time, but then when Curtis maybe moves on, maybe this dude kind of comes in and fills the shoes. I don't know. We'll see. But
wait, is it Jahan Dotson?
Jahan Dotson's number 5. I think you might have been.
No, Jahan Dotson.
Mitchell Tinsley, Penn State wide receiver Mitchell Tinsley.
Tinsley, that's what it is.
Go.
Tinsley, not. I got the M and the It's not Minsley. Tinsley. That's the dude. So yeah, okay. I do like that guy, and I like the kick returner that we got from UCLA. So I rag on 6th, 7th rounders, but let's be real. Like sometimes
anything can
happen. You got the heart. You got the determination. It could be Taylor Heineke out there. You know what I mean?
Hey, there you go. Have you guys seen like the XFL starting to get players into the NFL?
We just had one. Yeah, Washington just got somebody from the Defenders. Like we just had somebody try. We're trying somebody out at minicamp, I believe. Is that right, Sean?
Defenders going to the champ.
Hey, shout out, Shields up, baby.
Yeah, dude, Shields up. Dude, it's so funny. So I have a funny Taylor Heineke DC Defender story, actually. It's not super funny, but this guy behind me in the, when I was at the last home game, the home closer, the playoff game, he was wearing a signed Taylor Heineke jersey. And there were some Washington fans going nuts. They're like, yo, that's so sick. Yo, you gotta hang that. Dude, legend. It was he was the future. He was the franchise.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, yo, we can love a player for being scrappy or having that dog in him. We can love them for certain moments, but also it's true fans or people with true football IQ can be like, yeah, he wasn't it.
No, not at all. I think he was one of the funnest players to watch because of his scrappiness, but the man is not going to hoist a trophy. I'm sorry. And that's what you got to look at the end of the day. Do you picture him holding the Lombardi on stage on Super Bowl Sunday?
Who did he sign with again? Atlanta?
He actually got a pretty good deal with Atlanta. Yeah, 2 years, 20 mil. Yeah. He'll probably go into that season as their starter. I mean, honestly,
if
he for beats a guy who was Desmond sleeping Ritter on the couch, you know.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, he's got the grit.
That's the American dream. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he can do it, dude.
100%.
Desmond Ritter, dude, I mean, wasn't that great from what I saw? You know, the 5-game sample.
I think Atlanta's going to be really bad again.
I hope so.
Well, they got some decent pieces. They were signing a lot of defense, and then they got Bijan Robinson, who's probably going to be a Saquon Barkley type guy.
Such a reach,
dude.
Everybody hates running backs in the first round, but the Lions and the Atlanta Falcons both picked running backs. Jameer, what's his name?
The Lions knew they were trading DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, they were like, we know we're trading. They were like, we're not paying him.
Yeah, that's so true. They were like, we're going to go ahead and get our guy. That's why
it's like, let's get what we can get. Like, it was like, luckily when he was healthy, he had a ton of touchdowns. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And like hard high yards per carry, like average. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they should have kept Jamal Williams on the Lions. Yeah, I don't know why they couldn't. But they just got Montgomery. Yeah.
Montgomery will be nice.
I think so, dude. He's underrated. I think he was the better answer to Tariq Cohen back in the day when he was in Chicago.
Tariq Cohen, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Well, dude, Chicago running backs have not been the same since Matt Forte. Like, that's an even older.
True. Matt Forte was a beast.
I love Forte.
Dude, he honestly was like the ideal. He's like the perfect prototype for modern day running back of a guy who's true 3-down back. Like, you know, passing.
You remember he was on the league?
Yeah.
Matt Forte was on the league? Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
that was so sweet.
Yeah, I love that show. I think the Lions low-key had a horrible draft. I think they had a really bad draft. Yeah, dude, I don't like the linebacker they picked. I think I like that running back out of Bama actually more than Bijan Robinson.
Jameer Gibbs, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't like the dude from Iowa that they picked?
They were in love with him, dude. They loved the prospect. It's like just a tall, lanky, fast.
It's just like one of the Buffalo accounts I follow, Buffalo Fanatics. Like they did like a whole like film series on each like prospect they thought was going to happen, or like there were ties
Jack
to.
Campbell. That's what it was.
Jack Campbell. Dude, it was just whiff tackle after whiff tackle after whiff tackle, and it was like, yeah, he made a lot of tackles, but he also missed a ton of tackles too. Like,
I mean, if he gets to the ball, you know, as long as the team's going to come around him, you know.
Yeah, but if like he's a guy who's gonna hit him in, like at the line of scrimmage and then gets like
let him go.
Yeah, gets like he only slows him down. Like it's like, bro, make the tackle. Like so I don't really get it. Like I mean I could be dead wrong, and like for the Lions' sake, I hope I am.
Hey, you know what? Screw the Lions.
Dude, we like their head coach.
I do like their head coach.
Dan Campbell?
Yeah,
Dan Campbell. Dude, is Jack Campbell Dan Campbell's son?
Dude,
no way.
Dude,
conspiracy.
Look, Hard Knocks is over, dude. I liked them last season. Screw them this season, dude.
They're no longer a Cinderella story.
No, dude. I mess with the Lions. I mess with some great leagues.
I fuck with the Lions.
Well, dude,
I kind of do. I kind of do like the Lions.
World for the NFC North.
It really is, dude.
100%.
Yeah. How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets?
Dude, frick him.
I gotta know. You're a huge A-Rod fan, so.
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, I'm just excited that we get to see A-Rod play for another year. Think about all the quarterbacks of our generation that we truly grew up from children watching. This is the last one. This is it. Embrace this season because this is it.
We are watching.
He's such a dick, though.
Dude, no, he's not, dude.
He's
sweet.
No, he's not.
Dude, you gotta watch.
He's a drama queen.
You gotta watch him on Pat's show and just.
He's a dick on that show too. Every highlight I see, he's like,
he's a completely different person.
He's like, yeah, I know I'm Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I know I'm the hottest shit in the league. Yeah, so what's up?
No, that's not how he's. Like.
I'm pretty sure I'm sounding with the
dude.
Jets.
That's how it is. He's like, let me tell you something. Like,
but everybody's all. But that's.
I was in a dark room for a week.
90% of the people are after him, so they're like, "Fuck this guy." But for the most part, it's like this dude's just look. He's probably the best thrower of a football we've ever seen, as far as accuracy, pinpoint, all that goes. He probably is completion percentage, everything. I mean,
the best we've ever seen.
Okay, yeah, I know he's got one ring. I get it, but I'm talking
heard him ring once.
Nah, I get it. You're right. I understand, and I'm not. We're not talking about
lose. He doesn't love to win.
I think he does. I just think
he read the system beautifully. Now he will finally, for the first time in 10 years, be the highest paid player on a team surrounded by young talent. It is a dream scenario for him. But the one thing is, if it does not work out, the New York media will tear him apart.
You're right about that.
For his entire career of living and working in a small market and being like, the hometown boy or whatever, just like you can do no wrong, like as long as he wins games, which he did. But all I'm saying is like he had a horrible season.
All I'm saying is this:
worst season his whole career, last year.
And again, I'll use one of his.
How
quotes.
Much of that will be on talent around him?
His down year is a lot of quarterbacks like premier. That's like their best year. Like his down year is like a great. You're right. They didn't come up clutch in that big game. You're right, 100%. But I think he's going to have some fire lit under him. He was back-to-back MVP, dude. Hard to do. At his age.
Father times undefeated. Look how Tom Brady looked his last year.
All right.
I love this. He does not like Aaron Rodgers.
Dude, I'm just saying.
I know he doesn't.
Like if I'm a Jets fan, best case scenario, it's just like, damn, like, he still has a ton of youth to him. Like, arm's still good, still athletic, makes great decisions. Like, it really was the Packers organization and the talent they put around him. And like with young wide receivers, running back, defense, and offensive line, they get it done. But I think in a worst case scenario, it just doesn't work out. He's a bad teammate.
I guess that's best case for the Bills.
Not even for the Bills, dude. I mean, part of me is like, almost why would you want to come to the New York Jets? Like, the AFC is loaded with quarterback talent. I mean, you got to go through Mahomes, Burrow, Jackson, Herbert in playoffs probably. And just in the AFC East alone, it's like what we had
Allen too.
Almost 3 playoff teams. Well, I mean, like Bills playoff team, Miami was a playoff team, Jets were a few games off. I mean, he's on that team, but even like, I don't know.
If the Jets had won, the Steelers would have been in.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, I know what he should have done. He should have come to Washington. Okay, I understand. Okay, it would have been his best chance to win right now.
I think it would have been fairly similar.
No, because the Cowboys are frauds. They're frauds every year. Philly's really good, but they are beatable.
I'm just thinking like that if he wanted competition, he chose like maybe like one of the best divisions to go to. So at least currently.
I just think.
All right, Sean. Let me ask you this:
he takes no shit from the media, and he's going to live in the media headquarters. And
let me ask you this:
I'm interested for that conflict. So
what happens if Aaron Rodgers sweeps the Bills and posts like a 8 touchdown to like 1 interception ratio on y'all? Like what's
just not going to happen.
The Bills going to be the new Bears?
I don't think so.
Is he going to be daddy?
No, he's not. Like, he's just not.
Jeez.
Like, the Jets are a good football team. I've been their biggest advocate for almost 2 years now. Like, I loved their draft last year. I loved their head coaching hire. I love the moves they made. Sauce Connor's nice. Their head coach is nice. Zach Wilson was really holding them back. They should have been a playoff team. I just can't stand Aaron Rodgers because I think he's a dick.
Yeah.
And he is. He is selfish. He is a selfish person.
Tell me this,
great athlete.
Would you not want to have him on the Bills right now?
No, because we got Josh Allen. I mean,
well, say Josh Allen
10 years
hit by
ago,
a bus.
Yeah. No, don't you put that on me.
Not theoretically.
Put that on me.
And your only choice was Aaron Rodgers. You're telling me that you wouldn't enjoy watching that man sling the ball to freaking Diggs, freaking Gabe, freaking Beasley. I
mean, yeah, I'd take him. I wouldn't like him. I wouldn't have this, like, dude. Like, I like Josh Allen as a player and as a person. I'm like, this is so great.
Yeah,
he also seems like a really
understand that
dude.
part. Right, I get that.
He's
part.
just character-wise, he's a piece of shit.
No one cares about anything, for sure.
Well, you're right.
You could be a piece of shit. And,
I'm just intrigued if they even go on a 2 or 3 game losing streak, what the headlines are going to be on New York. And like, I hate to say it, but
catastrophic.
Like, does history repeat itself? I mean, Brett Favre went there for 1 season, and like they thought that was. I mean.
Yeah, but I think they're completely different quarterbacks. I know they both have 1 ring, but I think Aaron Rodgers is a much better quarterback than Brett Favre. Much better.
No,
I mean, Brett Favre was more of that gunslinger type mentality.
Yeah. He had as many interceptions as he did touchdowns, pretty much.
Exactly. And it's like with A-Rod, it's like that doesn't happen often where this man's throwing 4 picks a game or 2 picks. I mean, it happens occasionally. Everyone's got those days, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers is just.
I mean, even
Aaron
on the
Rodgers,
Green
dude.
Bay team, like he still kept their playoff hopes alive, no matter how bad the season was. Plus, he had his best receiver was easily like a rookie. It was Christian Watkins. So like
That kid was nice, actually, kind of towards the end. Oh no, what happened?
in Tunyon, I mean,
Okay.
I don't think like this is definitely an upgrade. I think what's his name, Garrett Wilson's going to be an upgrade
No,
from
for sure.
Christian Watkins, and I think they just got rid of.
And they got Lazard, they got Cobb,
Yeah.
they got them all
Yeah.
back. They got all their weapons back.
I hate all the Green Bay wide receivers.
Dude.
Proceeds to bring them all back.
I know, like old ass Randall Cobb, like who we had to get back from Dallas for who knows why. Like Lazard, who's I don't know, really is a wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3 on any other team
I'd say
besides the
3.
Packers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, probably 3.
yeah, no, I mean, shoot, what was I gonna say? I thought I had like a good comparison or something, but
I think they have a better running back. Well, no, Aaron Jones is there.
yeah, no.
Brees Hall is injury.
I'll be
right
interested
now.
to see how that goes. Another thing, how do we feel about Will Levis?
Will
going
Levis?
to Tennessee.
I love how the headlines now are Malik Willis isn't going to pan out. Apparently, he's in danger of being cut from the team.
I did
and it's
see that on
like
Twitter as well.
all the
I don't know if I
Pickett
believe
haters. I mean, I'm sure it's not that fatal, but I think there is probably room for concern. The fact that you went 2 rookie quarterbacks in back-to-back drafts, it's got to say
I think the
something.
bigger headline is though.
What?
Tennessee cannot develop or attract elite quarterback talent. I mean, Tannehill was really good for like 2 years, right? He had this resurgence.
Yeah.
It was nice,
Yeah.
but he's not getting any younger. And you're kind of going back to the well again. And it was like, oh, did you not assess Malik Willis well? Because now, like, he's had an entire offseason. Like, there was a ton of draft prep going into this and was like, do we think he's going to take that step where in a year or two he will usurp Ryan Tannehill? And we're like, nah, well, let's see. But I also like the idea of, well, you can't have too much talent at the quarterback position. I mean, worst case, you trade someone off. Like, I mean, I don't want to say look at Washington with RG3 and Kirk Cousins, but like
I was just about to say the same thing, but yeah, it's like it's a good problem to have when you have
Aaron
2
Rodgers,
guys
Brett
that you
Favre.
can hopefully get out there. Yeah, you want that where you can say,
Mhm.
okay, we could go with either one of these guys
yeah.
and let one of them go, whatever.
Mhm.
But I just don't think. I mean, I looked at his college stats, and I'm just like 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions to me, and like 2,500 passing yards
Against
That doesn't-
weaker SEC teams.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't jump off to me. And I mean, I know it's college.
I mean,
but
it's just all
like,
arm talent, right? Like, because he had one shot where he was like going 70 yards or something like that.
I don't know. All I know is Emmanuel Forbes picked that man off on a 4th and 3 to win the game, and
That's right,
pick
baby.
6 House City. I'm
There
like,
you go.
dude, he read it like
House
a book.
call.
I mean, look, and also y'all saw that video of Will Levis eating like some like nasty ass
No.
banana. Like, dude, like,
Dude, that dude's
I'm
Banana
sorry,
with
that-
the
like,
peel on, and then what was it, mayo coffee?
dude, I don't know. That's
I'm not gonna lie, I would try that. Like, I'm
Mayo
not,
and coffee?
dude.
Ew.
I don't care.
I don't know.
Are
I
you
would do a
kidding
little
me,
bit of
dude?
that.
There's my
I want to
phone.
see you do that tomorrow.
Partially
No.
biased special. Sean drinks mayo coffee.
Just really quick, timer's about to go off in a second here, but I just wanted to ask. I'll just keep asking questions because I feel we're at that point in the sode. Did we like Houston drafting back up for that edge at Bama? I didn't know how to feel about that.
I
don't know
did.
what they gave up
Absolutely.
for it.
I did.
You like that?
Absolutely.
Go ahead,
Mhm.
Holden. Tell him.
I
Tell
don't know
him
about
why.
No, I
selling the
just think-
farm for it though.
It is. I mean, you're basically saying. I mean, Houston is complete
Total rebuild.
complete flip. So you're like, okay, we're going with here's our quarterback, here's the leader of our defense,
Okay.
and then you just keep adding the pieces all around them. But so you got them each in the same year. They're hoping in 2 to 3 years, all the other pieces that they do and the things that they're going to do surrounding the defensive and the offensive position, the 2 very important positions that go hand in hand with each other. They're hoping in that 2 to 3 years they really stock up and they do it all on like a rookie deal, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're getting all these guys young. And
So in 4 or 5 years,
think
you're hoping that.
yeah, you're hoping that it pays off. I don't know how I feel about CJ Stroud, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see.
I mean, I don't buy any stock into that quarterback test, like the IQ test that they took, where he got like a 2. And
It ain't even that. I just think he had the best. I mean, and look, you're coming from an Ohio State guy. I just think he had the
Wait.
best wide receiver core.
You're telling
out
me
there.
you're partially biased.
I'm partially biased toward
imagine.
the collegiate team that I do favor, but I just think I think he had the best wide receiver room out there. And it's just like, yeah, well, sure, when you're throwing a Marvin Harrison Jr., who's like
Smith and
the
Jigba.
second coming of Randy Moss. Like it's like, yeah, of course he's gonna be good, dude.
Easy
like,
top 10 pick next year.
Easily, dude. He could be a top 5 pick next year. He could be a top 5 pick. Watch.
Yeah,
like, this man. I mean, watch this dude. I'm telling you, he could sit out this year and just be like, I'm just gonna work on my game, and he'll still get drafted top 5, bro.
Yeah, he will
easily.
He will.
Yeah,
there will be someone who does that. Shoot. Well, the time wrapped up, so
okay.
We'll let the wrap up in a second. I had like one more question.
Yeah, what's up?
Kind of a two-parter. Anthony
Go
Richardson, expectations for him in Indy. No wide receivers that I know of. I mean,
Pittman.
We hope that.
Paris Campbell, dude. Come on, Ohio State, dude.
Paris Campbell.
Hey, they got that kid from UNC, Josh Downs, Sam Howell's old Drake May, and Sam Howell's old, weapon.
Whatever. I mean, jumps off the board. I guess you have to make that, and like I feel Jim Irsay kind of is that new eccentric owner. He kind of is that Al Davis in a way of like, let's get some excitement. I'm tired of this. Like, get some.
100%.
But we have to hope that running back comes back healthy, Jonathan Taylor, like because he's going to need it. But I don't know, man. That felt like a reach, but I guess go ahead and go for it. That being said,
a little bit of a reach, I feel like, but I don't know.
But I guess you're gonna make it. I'm trying to think who picked after him that would maybe pick him. Not Seattle.
Definitely a project because he only started like 13 games, and he was like
one season.
Yeah, he played one season.
I don't even think he played well in his bowl game or something like that.
Look at his statistics, and also look at his win-loss record. I mean, they were like 6-7 or something.
The Colts have Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman, and Isaiah McKenzie. They're not the best wide receiving core I've ever seen, but he's got a chance to play with some speedy guys.
Dude, I might have fricked out.
Dude, they got Mo Alley Cox, bro. What are you talking about?
He does have Mo Alley Cox. Apparently Mo Alley Cox is second string.
Yeah, I don't think he blocks very well. I read an article once when there was the NBA lockout about LeBron's comparison to Jimmy Graham at the time when he was on the Saints, and was like, oh, would you like maybe play in the NFL as a tight end like for 1 year? And Jimmy, like coming from basketball to football, said like, oh, the hardest thing to learn is your blocking assignments. Like he was like, if anything, I'd tell him to be a wide receiver because then you just got to know how to run routes.
Yeah.
I meant to mix up my linebackers. I think I mixed up Lucas Van Ness and Jack Campbell. Maybe Lucas is the one I hated.
Lucas is the one that got picked up by Green Bay.
Yeah, they're both Iowa linebackers, so
yeah.
But whatever. Just looking through here for anything else that's crazy. I loved the pickups of the two Clemson edge and defensive tackle, Miles Murphy and Brian Brees. Those kids are studs.
Where did they go?
Oh, Miles Murphy went to Bengals and Brian Brees went to the Saints. I got to see those two play for the ACC championship this year in person.
Yeah. Nice.
Gee, they're just that D line was nice. Like it was slept on. If they had a little bit more offensive production, like I think they would have been a playoff team for sure. Also, I thought it was a nice home field story of the Kansas City Chiefs picking up Felix. Not even going to attempt to pronounce that name out of Kansas State.
Okay,
because he was like from the nearby area. But my last question, and we can get to Steppen here. Who's going to have the best rookie season at quarterback? We focus so much on the quarterback. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud going 1 and 2. Obviously, Anthony Richardson, kind of a wild card. Who knows? If Tannehill gets injured, you may see Will Levis, step in there. I'm not going to correct his name. It'll naturally happen. But this episode, I'm going to stick with that pronunciation.
Will Levi. I think the one that got picked by Carolina.
No.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. Receivers.
Dude, not DJ Moore, but Thielen.
True.
What
about him?
What wide receivers do Houston have? Does Houston have? They don't even have Brandon Cooks anymore. Brandon Cooks is on Dallas.
Dude.
So
that was actually a sick pickup by them.
I think there's a lot to be desired, but with that being said, I think the quarterback with the best wide receiver room is Anthony Fisher. Richardson, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Anthony Fisher. Anthony Richardson. Sorry. I think he's got the best wide receiver room.
Is he even going to start? Because a lot of people were saying he's a project. Oh, yeah. So I don't know.
Who else do they have?
They let Nick Foles go.
Yeah, exactly.
The other guy, Matt Ryan. Dude, Matt Ryan, saddest quarterback in the league, dude.
28-3.
So bad for that dude.
I guess
it down.
he's kind of one of those guys too. That's kind of. I guess we can watch him next season too, maybe.
Is he on the
Matt
team?
Ryan?
No, I think he's done.
Yeah.
No, they released him. They were like,
Yeah.
hey.
No, I know, but somebody will pick him up.
No, somebody. I mean, if he still wants to play, I mean,
If he still wants to play, yeah. If he still
You
wants
should
to play,
just go
somebody will
raise
pick
his
him up.
kids. Like you've done
Yeah.
enough, man.
someone will
Hey,
give him a
look,
broadcast.
Fade out
Matt
like Phillip
Ryan?
Rivers.
Let's not forget, Matt Ryan's first NFL pass was a touchdown.
Oh wow,
That's kind of awesome.
it is.
It was. I mean, he was really good.
But
How many
so
Super
is-
Bowls
so
did he
is,
win?
So is Sam Howell's. Whatever.
Well, fellas, that's all I got for this episode. I think it's a good time to wrap. But thanks for coming on. This was sick. I guess moving forward for the folks at home, I think we're trying to go to like once a month, maybe twice a month during this off season, barring NFL news. Thanks for letting us catch y'all up on all this draftness, all this draft stuff.
Fantastic.
So, fellas, anything else before I think of anything?
Get ready, man. I think this season's gonna start to gonna warm up and be a hot start, dude. We have Black Friday games.
Dude,
We have
I'm lit.
Christmas game matchups that are really good, dude. International games. I think y'all are playing in Germany, or no? You're playing in Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah, dude, against the freaking Jags. I hate that. I hate playing abroad games. I hate it.
And Holden saying shields up, baby.
Shields up, baby. Shields up. Let's go, Defenders.
Hey,
I went to every home
Let's
game
br-
this season.
let's bring a championship to DC. You know, just the one of many football championships. That's gonna
The
come
the
to DC.
former Brahmas fan.
Yeah, we
Just
changed
kidding.
mid-season.
Just kidding.
We
Yeah,
changed- we changed
it's the
mid-season.
XFL. Who cares?
Well, once DJ Swearinger was picked up, it was a game. It's game over.
I'm not
DJ
gonna lie.
Swearinger.
It was a sick.
DJ DJ Swearinger, dude.
It's really good for the XFL.
I have DJ Swearinger's captain patch jersey in my closet right now. I love that dude so much. He brought so much juice to that team. It's 2 spoons, baby. It's 2 spoons.
Two
I freaking love him, dude. I might go get a DJ Swearinger Defenders jersey, dude.
You
I
should.
just might.
You should.
Bro,
Sean
get it off,
Gates
like,
should get the Josh
DHgate.
Allen one.
Dude, it's so sick. That's all I got.
Nice.
And Washington's going to win a Super Bowl this year.
Okay.